Hello, this is my computational thinking final project. The questions I am looking to answer are: what film genre, action, adventure, or comedy has the highest overall rating? Is there a change in ratings for genre over time? What was the genre of the film that received the highest rating? Is there a positive or negative trend between certain genres? And are there distinctive categories of films that audiences prefer? These questions are important because recently movie ticket prices have been increasing rapidly. For an average family of four, it costs about $50 to spend one night at the movies. The data I am finding will be helpful to families when choosing which film genre to spend their money and their time on. Comedy, adventure, and action are the most common movie genres that North American families view, so we will focus on those film categories for this project. An abstraction shows a real-world entity and the relevant properties that are applicable to the questions. My question is that I am looking for the film genre that has received the highest rating by viewers. The real-world entity is the movie, or in the data stream, it's actually called script, and the relevant properties are the genre, rating, and year of each individual film. For the genre property, I will focus on comedy, action, and adventure films. The ratings given are on a scale from 0 to 10. A visualization showing if there is a change in rating for each genre over time will be created, which will be useful to families when deciding whether or not to watch a new movie or an older movie, or go out to the theaters and see a brand new film. Another visualization will show the average distribution of ratings for each genre to provide viewers with an overall genre preference when deciding on what type of film to spend their time watching. There are a couple of limitations. The first one is that the dataset only provides rating and genre information for 600 movies, which is a decent amount, except that there are over 800,000 movies ever created, which means that not all of the real-world data is accounted for. The second limitation is that the scripts/films can be categorized as two or more different genres, which will create more complicated visualizations due to the fact that there will be more markers on each visualization than there are movies. Lastly, movies made after 2009 are unaccounted for, meaning that the most recent films in theaters since 2009 are not included in the dataset. Here is my data structure. We begin with the scripts data stream. We then go into a list of each individual scripts listed, and then we go into the dictionary for that script. And within that dictionary, the properties we have are genres, rating, and year. For genres, we go into another list of the genres for each individual film, and we look for comedy, action, and adventure. Then we go back to the dictionary and we look for the rating, which is a simple float, and we append that to a list of all the floats for all the different films, and then the same for year, just that is an interval. This is my first visualization. The pink dots that you see are comedy, the green are adventure, and the blue are action films. From this visualization, we see that adventure films are the most preferred based on individual film ratings. The top 5 highest rated films are adventure movies. There are no obvious trends, but action films have increased in ratings since the 1950s. And then lastly, 2 evident clusters are the films made between 1925 and 1941, as well as 1983 and 2004, showing that the movies made in those times might be more enjoyable for audiences to watch. This is the second visualization, and it shows the average ratings of each film genre. It shows that adventure films, so the red bar in the middle, are most preferred based on average film ratings. The last visualization was the individual movies. This also shows that comedy is the second preference with only 0.2 of a rating point away from adventure, and then action films are significantly less preferred over the other 2 categories, as you can see with that yellow bar on the right side of the graph. So, what does all of this mean? Well, we can conclude that in America, the most watched film genres are action, adventure, and comedy. Both visualizations revealed that adventure films are most preferred by audiences. The top 5 highest rated films were categorized in the adventure genre, and they were also made between 1975 and 2009. There were no extreme trends in genre over time, but action films have gained more popularity in the last 60 years, shown by Visualization A, so it is advised to spend money on action films made since then. We can also conclude that overall adventure films made between 1975 and 2009 are recommended. 2009 is there because, once again, that is the last year that is accounted for in this data set. So finally, we have the social implications. We have a couple of stakeholders, beginning with the audience members who spend time and money watching a film. We also have the theater owners who decide which genre will bring in the most revenue, the producers who need to know which genres audiences will pay to watch, the film critics so that they know the social expectation for each genre that is already pre-existent, and then the actors and directors to help them choose which projects may be more exciting to work on. We have two potential conflicts. The first scenario is between the theater owners and the audience. Theaters may choose genres that would increase revenue, but audiences decide to stay home and watch an older movie instead. And then the next scenario is that producers have a conflict with the actors and directors, where producers focus on the profits, but actors and directors focus on which film would be more exciting to make, which causes another conflict. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.